This is Sparta!
Hello everybody and welcome back to World of Tanks. My name is Spartan Elite 43 and tonight we are back in Battle Axe to start off a new week with a bang. And we're on Highway. Now this is one of those matches I've had for a little bit. It was during that 71 games in one night in deaths in my Battle Axe. But yeah, this is going to be a good one. It's not about raw damage in this one, though we do have a pretty good game in it, damage-wise. It's just sometimes you get in a match and you feel like you have to be the guy that does the majority of the lifting. And this is one of those matches. This is one of those matches where it seems like no matter what I'm going to do in this match, I have to be the guy to initiate, to carry the team forward. Which is not a role that the Death Star is generally found in. Generally, the Death Star is the knockout punch, the guy that kind of hangs back just enough, lets the enemy make a mistake, and then comes in and smashes you for it. But this is going to be a nice little showcase of the Death Star when it's being an aggressor. Now, we've got pretty decent matchmaking here. It's not crazy. There's some tier 10s, but it's really not a bad match for matchmaking and to be at a tier 10, especially something like the Death Star. So that's going to help us. But other than that, you know, we're going to have a pretty solid game. Now you can see our team initially spreading out a little bit. Now we've got this Rue sitting around the center of the map, and I am just begging for him. Oh, we're just a half a second short. Half a second late on that shot. It went where we needed it to, but it was just half a second late. If I'd have had a little bit more time, that guy is popped, because that Rue would not be able to take 183. Now, you can see I'm initially starting, okay, this is where I'm like, yeah, these guys are probably, this guy wouldn't be spotting for nothing. And as you can see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, at least 7 tanks spotted across the river from us. So we're in a position to help. Now, our light tank in this battle that you can see talking, he's like, come on, guys, we're spotting them and you ain't shooting them. And I'm simply saying, dude, we can't see them. You're spotting people, yes, but you're spotting them at such a range that we can't actually physically see them. So just back off, stay alive, and we can use you later on. Just do not go out and get yourself killed spotting things that we can't shoot. Now, a lot of people forget about that, and that's one of the things that gets light tankers killed early on in the matches. And I'm not much of a spotter to begin with, but yeah, it's just something you gotta be cognizant of. When you're spotting people that are at the edge of the map, you're not always able to get assist damage because nobody can physically see them. Yes, you're spotting them, but we can't see them. We're not gonna park our big, heavy, slow-moving tanks in the middle of a field begging to get absolutely obliterated at the first chance they get. It's just not a good way to play. Now, I've got another Death Star to my right, and as you can see, there's what, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 tanks to protect the right side of this map now. And so it's a pretty even match as far as who's coming around our right side versus who we have to defend it. However, hello T-54E1, how you doing? Wait for it. Shot out. That one makes me sick. I'm not going to lie. Threw up a little bit there. I rushed the shot just a half a second. Again, I do this a lot. I rush shots a lot. And it doesn't matter what tank I'm in. But I rush a lot of shots. And it doesn't seem like you're rushing the shot when you're like, oh, it's just a half a second. I'm sure it'll be perfectly fine. But that half a second that you would wait could be the difference in hitting your target or completely missing, just like we did with the T-54E1. It's not even a full second. It's just that split second that you rush the shot, that you get a little bit too quick on the trigger, and that will screw you over more often than not. So as you can see, I'm using the silos here to protect my left side from anything that might shoot across at us while this Rue 251 is spotting us. We haven't been spotted yet, but we're just in a position. I'm letting my greenies do what they do to try to get these guys off the board. I'm staying closer to the center in case anything starts getting spotted out there. So, Death Star's got terrible spotting when it comes down to it. You're going to get spotted before you see them every single time. But the amount of damage that you do to them for being spotted is not even close to being similar. Unless, of course, you're up against a a waffle, in which case the waffle will absolutely wreck you if you're not careful. And you better make sure you hit the shot, because it's got 6 shots and it's a heck of a lot more accurate than you. So, got to be careful with waffles. But, as you can see, the teams are very evenly matched at the moment. We've killed 4 of them, they've killed 5, they've killed 6 of us. And so, it's going to be a slobber knocker. This is a battle of attrition. This is, just one of those matches where you've got to take what the enemy gives you, hope that the enemy makes more mistakes than your team, and then eventually go out and be the man. Now, I'm not saying be a hero. Don't go out there and think that you've got to kill the entire enemy team, but putting yourself in a good position to not only deal damage to the enemy team, but also spot for your team is massive. So, now I've already said this tank isn't the best spotter, but as you can see, I'm falling back. I'm using the buildings that were behind me, the silos and such, as cover while I retreat to make sure that I'm not going to get shot in the butt. And then that puts enough distance between us that people on the other side of the bridge aren't going to be able to see us unless they're right at the edge of the bridge, which we would have already seen. So, now we've got a chance to actually deal some damage against these guys. Wait for it. Come on, sunshine. Shot out. There it is. First shot. First kill. There you go. I say first shot. Well, actually, that's the second kill, too. Good Lord. Spartan, are you in trouble? You seem like you're a little off. But, I'll be alright, guys. Anyway, as you can see, a lot of tier 8s trying to take the base right now, and, it's not going well for them. You've got Alpine Tigers, you had a Motherland, you had Centurions, you have just a lot of tier 8s. And speaking of tier 8s, an M46 Patton Korea tier 8 premium tank down. So, yeah, not the best choice of a assault group, you know what I'm saying? But it is what it is. You try to do what you can. Now, this Alpine Tiger is going to try to cap a base. Now, here's another one of those where I rushed the shot just a little bit. Just a little bit. And that's going to cost me a potential peddling here. So, wait for it. And for no reason whatsoever, I take the shot just a split second before I should have. And I only get 500 out of it because the shot goes straight up into his armor. Now, there is the second Death Star who's about to roll around the corner on him. And he hits him for 600. Now the Death Star's running away. He's getting tagged in the booty. And we're pulling up to get ready to shoot him again. Now, we only have 6 rounds left, guys. So we've got to start taking it easy on these shots. But that being said, 300 damage. Down he goes. That's our 4th kill of the game. So we're racking up the kills. We're keeping the game close. We just took the lead with the Object 257 taking down the Atomic Centurion that came through. And so it's a nice little 5 versus 7 match. And we have the advantage. Now, we've got to be careful, because they do have some very capable tanks against us. They have a Waffle left. They have a Death Star left. They have a Stridsvagn left. And a Nomad and a Scourge. That's what they have left. Now, the Waffle and the Death Star have both obliterated tanks on the left side of our map from where we're sitting right now. So we know that they're back towards the base, but we don't know exactly where. I haven't seen them light up. So what we're going to do is we're going to start pushing towards the base. Now, we do still have our light tank, so initially I'm going to let the light tank go do his thing. We're looking up across from the bridge here to see if there's anybody else. The light tank isn't spotting anything, so now I can go ahead and move forward. Now, once I'm down here in the creek, I'm fairly confident that I'm safe until I start pushing up the hill towards their base. They don't have any arty, and nobody else was spotted on the right side of me, which means pretty much everything has to be either in front of me or to my left. Now, directly in front of me is that hill that I've told you guys that I like, that hill that kind of allows you to hide behind the hill from 2 different directions. Now, this Nomad is just begging for it, and I'm salivating. 1,400 damage, just begging for it. That shot was fully aimed in, but at this range with no more than I had to actually shoot at, that's iffy at best. But it would have been a nice hit had we gotten it. But we got to be careful. There's 5 of them left. Now we only have 4 rounds left, which means we're going to have to get a teammate to shoot at least one of them. Luckily, the T-57 takes down the Scourge, and you'll notice we got all of that spotting damage. Now, how on earth can you explain the fact that we have a light tank left and the Death Star is the one getting spotting damage? It's because where I'm at on the map. The light tank's hanging so far back that he can't really see anything because everything's on hills, but I'm in a position where I can spot them for the guys that are shooting from the other side. So we keep them spotted and the team can shoot them, which means less work for me. Now the Scourge already got deleted. The Nomad isn't long for this world. We're looking in his general direction. He gets tagged again, and now I'm going to start to push up. Now I get detected here, and I'm not 100% sure who's seeing me. I already saw the Waffle was directly ahead of me, so I know there's a Waffle, but I don't know where the Death Star is, and sure enough, Death Star gets spotted off to my left. Now he doesn't have a shot at us, but watch this next shot I take here. This guy's going to... Oh, come on. Is it... Come on, there we go. Stridsvon giving me just a piece. Come, and again, I aim the shot, pull the trigger. Now that shot looked like it should have hit him. I mean, that shot kind of just grazed the ground all the way and then didn't hit him. So I'm not 100% sure if that was a ghost shell or if just happened to go just high enough to clear his tank, but just low enough to make it look like it was going to hit. But again, that was a hurried shot, just slightly, and for no reason. Nobody was going to shoot me. It's not like I had anything to worry about. I just hurried the shot for no reason. Now I only have 3 rounds left. There are 3 tanks left, all of them which can be killed with well-placed shots. Now here we go. Side of the tank shot, and I have no idea what just happened to that shot. It looked clean, but we bounced the second round from the Waffle as he hit us with the first. Luckily, he didn't track us because that would have been devastating and probably would have cost us the match here. Because wait till you see what I'm about to do to these guys. I only have 2 rounds left, and I know the Death Star was on my left. He just killed a T-57 Heavy. The Stridsvon just took out another teammate. We're a 3v3, but the Stridsvon has that really weak armor. So I placed the shot over his front armor and straight into the top of his tank, guaranteeing the shot. Now this guy's reloading, so I'm like, dude, you are screwed. You got no chance. You're just going to die. Because you're not getting that gun loaded before I get loaded. It's just not going to be a thing. However, wait for it. I got to make sure I hit that turret. There we go. Just aim straight up, go just to the right of his gun, hit that flat armor that's 20 millimeters thick or whatever it is, and that leaves just the Death Star on 50 health. Surely the team can finish him off, and the Object 257 does just that. Now, we don't get a whole lot of damage, 4,400 damage, but we get 2,700 assisted and 6 kills in that match. So a very solid game all the way around, finishing with, what, 7,000 combined damage? Not bad. So if you like what I'm doing, punch the like button, leave a comment below, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and as always, I will see you in the next video.